Bartholomew Fair, written by the 16th-century English playwright Ben Jonson in 1614, is a five-act comedy. Jonson, a contemporary of Shakespeare, crafted this play, which is renowned for its experimental nature during the Jacobean period, 1603 to 1625. In Bartholomew Fair, Jonson skillfully intertwines social commentary on the changing political climate of London with elements of farce and meta-commentary on playwriting. The play's backdrop is the lively Bartholomew Fair, a popular summer event that spanned 4 days and captivated Londoners from the 12th to the 19th century. Amidst the opportunity to savor the finest meats in town, attendees could also witness public executions, making it a vibrant setting for the unfolding tale. Bartholomew Fair attracted a diverse crowd, from members of the House of Lords to individuals of questionable repute. The play's preamble commences with Jonson expressing his intent to provide the audience with their money's worth through this theatrical experience. Following this, the stage manager, stage keeper, appears, lamenting the absence of a grand romance in the play he's about to present. An accountant, bookkeeper, then informs the audience that their critique of the play should be directly proportionate to the price they paid for their tickets. The story opens in the home of Mr. John Littlewhit, an aspiring playwright and notary. Littlewhit, along with his friends Corliss and Winwife, strategizes on how to win the favor of Dame Purecraft, the mother of Mrs. Littlewhit, a wealthy widow and devout Puritan currently engaged in a romantic liaison with Zeal-of-the-Land Busy. As they concoct schemes to disrupt Mr. Busy and Dame Purecraft's relationship, various individuals enter Littlewhit's residence in pursuit of marriage certificates. Littlewhit hastily grants their requests without much consideration. Littlewhit and his friends plan to attend Bartholomew Fair to witness a puppet show produced by Littlewhit himself. He persuades Dame Purecraft to join them by instructing his wife to claim a strong desire for roasted pig, setting the stage for a series of comical events to unfold. Initially, Dame Purecraft vehemently objects to consuming pork, citing pigs as unclean animals. However, she succumbs to persuasion and agrees to dine on ham when others suggest that doing so would be a way to express her dislike for Jews. The second act unfolds with Adam Overdue, a police officer, wandering amidst the morally ambiguous activities of Bartholomew Fair. He soliloquizes about the perceived decay of civilization and concocts a plan to rectify these perceived wrongs by disguising himself as a prince. However, his noble intentions take a detour when he attempts to apprehend a pickpocket, referred to as a cutpurse, and ends up falsely accused of theft, leading to his condemnation to the stocks. Meanwhile, Winwife, true to his name as he seeks a wife, decides to shift his affections from Dame Purecraft to the younger and more attractive Grace Wellborn. However, an unexpected twist arises as Corliss, supposedly Winwife's friend, also vies for Grace's hand, sparking a heated rivalry between the two suitors. With Mr. Littlewhit and Mr. Overdue's wives left unsupervised, they succumb to the amoral atmosphere of the fair and are registered as sex workers by a pimp. Elsewhere at the fair, a woman named Ursula suffers a burn on her leg due to Mr. Littlewhit's careless swinging of a pot of hot sausage water. In another incident, when a man named Costard drops a basket of pears, opportunistic individuals take advantage of his vulnerable position to pilfer his purse and sword. A complaint arises about Mr. Busy preaching in the streets without a license, resulting in his placement in the stocks, where he joins Mr. Overdue in public confinement. Thankfully, a chaotic turn of events ensues when Trouble-all, a massive madman, declares an intense love for Dame Purecraft and clashes with the guards over her, allowing everyone to escape their predicaments. Finally, the puppet show takes center stage, led by Lant Leatherhead, also known as the hobby horse seller. Mrs. Overdue and Mrs. Littlewhit make an appearance on stage, portraying prostitutes, with Madame Overdue clearly having indulged in an excessive amount of schnapps. During the intermission, Corliss somehow manages to assume the guise of Trouble-all, adding a twist to the unfolding drama. He managed to frighten certain individuals into surrendering the marriage license of Mr. and Mrs. Littlefit. Subsequently, he skillfully altered the document, strategically crossing out names to create the illusion that he was wedded to Dame Purecraft. As the puppet show commences, it is abruptly disrupted when Mr. Overdue, now masquerading as a doorman, rises to criticize the production as immoral, citing that the puppets are not appropriately attired for their genders. In response, the puppets lift their dresses or lower their pants, revealing their lack of anatomical details. At this juncture, Mr. Overdue reveals his true identity as a police officer and proceeds to recount the various crimes, or near crimes, he has witnessed at the fair. During this recollection of wrongdoing, Mrs. Overdue inadvertently vomits on his chest, leading to a rather embarrassing spectacle. Eager to distance himself from the situation, Mr. Overdue hastily proclaims that the sins of Bartholomew Fair will be forgiven. Winwife eventually marries Grace, while Dame Purecraft reluctantly agrees to marry Corliss, who possesses a forged wedding certificate. Bartholomew Fair culminates with the characters gathering at Mr. Overdue's residence for dinner. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.